Well, if you're like me at all, you have asked the question, why me? I mean, you can't go through life without asking that question, especially when you feel like there is a huge black cloud over your head or there is a storm swirling around you. I mean, we refer to storms in our life as those difficult, dark moments, like a storm that can actually come out of nowhere and overwhelm you. Well, I've been there. You've been there. We can't live life without them. And sometimes when we're in the storm, we ask questions like, do I even deserve this? Like, how did I even find myself in this place? Or where is God in the storm? And feeling very alone and isolated. Or, I don't deserve this. I'm a good person, and why are bad things happening to me? You know, are storms a sign that you've done something wrong? Lots of questions that happen in the middle of storms. And I love Matthew 7. Jesus is teaching us, and let me read his words to you. Therefore, everyone who hears these words of mine, says Jesus, and puts them into practice is like a wise man who built his house on the rock, and the rain came, the streams rose, and the winds blew and beat against that house. Here comes the storm. Yet it did not fall, because it had its foundation on the rock. But Jesus goes on to say, but everyone who hears these words of mine and does not put them into practice, well, he's like a foolish man. And he built his house on the sand, and here comes a storm. The rains come, the streams rise, and the winds blew and beat against that house, and it fell down to a great crash. Do you know what I see in this story? Storms are guaranteed. The guy in the house that built his house on the rock and the guy that built his house in the sand, they both got the storm. Sometimes we think if we're following Jesus that we don't get the storm, but Jesus doesn't say that. He says storms are guaranteed. Both of these houses got the storm. There's all kinds of storms. There's the loss of relationship, there's death, there's despair. We had a very difficult storm in our family. 3 children running from the Lord, prodigals rebelling, breaking the hearts of their mom and dad, worried for their safety and their well-being. Where was God in my storm? Did I deserve this storm? You know what? Didn't I build my house on the rock? Well, here's how you can know if you built your house on the rock. God says that if you build your house on the rock, you will be prepared when the storm comes. Now remember, you're going to get the storm because it's guaranteed, but you'll actually be prepared. You will be prepared for the winds and the waves and the water that's coming, because listen to what he said. These words I speak to you, and this is from the Message, they are not incidental additions to your life, Jesus said. Homeowner improvements or a better standard of living. They are foundational words, words to build your life on. If you work these words into your life, you are a smart carpenter. You are building your house on the rock. The storms will come, they're guaranteed, but nothing will move that house. Now, did you catch that? Jesus said, this is how you build your house on the rock. You put into practice what I told you to do. You see, you can't be a builder, truly building your house on the rock and not working his words into your life. You can go to church, you can do Bible study, you can do all those Christian things and actually not be working God's words out in your life. Lacking obedience, working Jesus' words, his ways, his example into your life, that's what makes you a wise person. That's what helps you build your house on the rock, because guess what? Storms are guaranteed. You are not going to be able to outrun them, but God will be with you. You will be able to stand firm, and the house will stand firm because you have built his words into your life. My name's Lorie Hartshorn.